Okay. Hello and good morning, everyone. My name is Ashley Bowman, and I'm with the Canadian Vaping Association. I'll be moderating today's press conference. It's my pleasure to introduce Sam Tam, President of the Canadian Vaping Association.
Thanks, Ashley. I'm here today representing our organization alongside Canadian vape retail shop owners, which is standing right behind me today. Joining us virtually is Adam Ward, Danielle Chesney, and Tristan Wall, who will be speaking on behalf of retailers. We are here to talk about the push by tobacco control lobbyists to ban flavors in vaping products. At a time when Canadians are celebrating the holiday season, while families enjoy this festive period, over 10,000 direct and indirect vape industry-related jobs, including those working in government, are at risk. To kick things off, I will share a few key points and will pass this on to Adam, Danielle, and Tristan before opening the floors to questions. Just 2 months ago, I spoke about the devastating consequences that a strict flavor restrictions or outright prohibition would have on the Canadian vaping industry, an industry built by small family-owned businesses and serving millions of adult consumers seeking less harmful alternatives to tobacco. Remember, tobacco still claims 48,000 Canadian lives per year in smoking-related illnesses. Today, the threat looms larger than ever. Flavored vaping products account for over 90% of adult consumer use. A blanket ban on flavors leave only tobacco, mint, and menthol would be a catastrophic blow to public health efforts for smoking cessation. Canada is the 5th largest vaping market in the world, with over 1.9 million adult users choosing vaping over smoking. History and data are clear. When adult vapor loses access to their favorite flavors, many go back to cigarettes. This not only undermines Canada's goal of reducing smoking-related illnesses and death, but also moves us further away from achieving a smoking rate of less than 5%. Health organizations and tobacco control lobbyists continue to falsely claim that banning flavors is the only way to stop youth vaping. This misleading narrative is based on the inaccurate belief that flavors are the primary driver of youth vaping. These lies must stop. According to Health Canada, the main reason youth vape are to reduce stress and cope with mental health issues, not flavors. How can the government take these organizations seriously when their only proposed solution is to ban flavors with no mention of youth prevention or education? Canada is at a pivotal moment. We can either lead by example and reclaim our position as a global leader in tobacco harm reduction, or continue down a path where unfounded and counterproductive vaping policies undermine public health. It's time for the federal and provincial governments to stop being influenced by health organizations and tobacco control groups and say no to flavor bans. Instead, we must empower an expert panel to conduct a comprehensive vaping product review, bringing together all stakeholders to develop proactive evidence-based solutions that address public health concerns and protect our youth. The federal government took this approach with cannabis and should apply the same for vaping. Right now, the CVA strongly recommends that Canada must keep flavors for adult consumers. Flavors play a vital role in keeping people away from smoking cigarettes. We must follow the science. Members of Health Canada's Scientific Advisory Board for vaping products have raised serious concerns about overly aggressive policies like flavor restrictions and their unintended consequences. These experts, not tobacco control lobbyists, are the voices Canada must listen to. We need to focus on enforcement and education, not prohibition. Prohibition doesn't work. It only pushes problems into unregulated markets. Effective youth prevention requires targeted education and strict enforcement of existing laws. Our approach is far more collaborative than the extreme demands of these anti-tobacco lobbyists who recently resorted to threatening a federal cabinet minister, a leader who truly understands the complexities of addiction and harm reduction. Because they didn't get their way, this isn't a schoolyard, and bullying into submissions, especially when putting lives at risk, has no place in shaping policy that affects Canadians. We need to establish a vaping product expert panel. The CVA officially proposes that the federal government establish a vaping product expert panel modeled after the successful Cannabis Act review. This panel would bring together experts, stakeholders, and academics, industry leaders, and government agencies to develop policies that prioritize Canadian consumers and advance harm reduction and public health initiatives, and address youth prevention through evidence-based solutions. We need to lead responsibly. We must craft policies that strike a thoughtful and balanced approach. This means supporting the regulated vaping industry, safeguarding public health, and ensuring harm reduction tools and address youth vaping concerns through education and prevention, not bans. Most importantly, we need to protect jobs. Closing vape businesses will leave thousands of families grappling with the loss of livelihoods, investment, and financial stability. Protecting this industry means protecting Canadian jobs and the economic contribution of thousands of small businesses across the country. Let's not forget the economic implications. The vaping industry is a $2 billion economic powerhouse, contributing hundreds of millions of excise taxes annually, earmarked for programs like pharmacare. It supports over 10,000 jobs across retail, manufacturing, distribution, and related sectors. Restrictive regulations threaten to dismantle this vibrant industry, unleashing ripple effects that will devastate Canadian families, local communities, and government revenues. Thousands of independent age-restricted vape retailers across the country would be at risk of closing. Over 2,400 stores that serve as the last line of defense and the backbone of this industry. Their extinction would eliminate thousands of jobs and erase hundreds of millions in tax revenue at the municipal, provincial, and federal levels. Quebec's flavor ban has already forced over 400 specialty vape stores to close, leaving communities without dedicated age-restricted retail spaces that play a critical role in enforcing youth prevention measures. Given the current state of our economy, with climbing unemployment, can Canada afford to lose such a significant economic driver? This is not about numbers. As you will soon see, it's about real people, real jobs, and real communities that depend on this industry to survive, an already heavily excise tax and regulated industry. Thank you. And
Thank you very much, Sam. So we'll now hear from Adam Ward.
Thanks, guys. Good morning, everyone. My name is Adam Ward. I'm the proud owner of Cloud Chasers, an adult-only vape shop in Calgary, Alberta. For nearly a decade, our business has been more than just a store. It's been a community cornerstone, employing the same dedicated individuals who have come to rely on their jobs to support their families. First and foremost, I want to underscore the critical role that flavored nicotine products have played in helping countless individuals switching from smoking to vaping, significantly reducing their exposure to harmful toxins. A ban on these flavors could undo years of this progress and push those who have successfully quit smoking, pushing them back to more dangerous habits or into the arms of an unregulated market. Let's be clear, the black market doesn't care about age restrictions, quality control, or safety. Such a ban would not only jeopardize public health, but also fuel the growth of an underground trade where products are neither tested nor regulated. We've already seen similar outcomes in other regions, which have led to increased health risks and even violent crime. At Cloud Chasers, we prioritize responsibility. We've implemented stringent ID scanning, age verification processes, both in our physical locations and online, ensuring that only adults have access to our products. We stand as a model for how vape shops can operate safely and legally, contributing positively to public health by offering harm reduction and an alternative to smoking. I'm here today to urge the government to reconsider a flavor ban. Instead, work with us, the industry stakeholders, to forge a more regulated path forward. Canadians should come first. The Government of Canada cannot ignore impacts to Canadians in favor of provisions of an agreement with the World Health Organization. How do we, as Canadians, come second to an external organization? We are committed to Canadians. We want to be good partners. We share goals, yet we are being blocked from speaking to our own government. We adhere to strict compliance with current laws and are open to further regulations that ensure our products are accessible only to adults while maintaining their effectiveness as a smoking cessation tool. I think by collaborating with businesses like ours, which are dedicated to safety, education, and compliance, we can craft policies that protect public health without decimating legitimate businesses or the livelihoods of those who depend on them. Let's not force consumers into the shadows, but guide them towards a regulated, safer alternative. Thank you guys for your time, and I look forward to constructive discussions on how we can move forward together.
Thank you so much, Adam. We will now hear from Danielle Chesney.
Good morning, and thank you. My name is Danielle Chesney, and I'm joining you today from Calgary, Alberta. 2 days ago marked 7 years since I opened Alt Vape, a small business built with one purpose: to give adult smokers a less harmful alternative to smoking. This journey began with hope, determination, and a vision for change. And today I have the privilege of employing 50 intelligent, driven Albertans through 8 retail locations. And together we've built more than a business, we've built a community, a place where adult smokers come to make a choice for their health and their future. Every customer we serve is one less smoker. And each week, 3,000 Albertans walk through our doors to choose a less harmful option for themselves. Our customers are adults who have a right to choose from safe, regulated products. Now our work is at risk. This potential flavor ban threatens to undo years of progress. Health Canada aims to prevent minors from vaping and adults from smoking, 2 goals which we share and have worked toward long before this government intervention. Yet here we are, pursuing the same agenda, but somehow at odds. We've seen what happens with overregulation. Provinces that tightened restrictions have faced surges in illegal and unregulated products. These illicit shops ignore age restrictions, evade taxes, undermine public health, while compliant business like mine, we're left to struggle or close. At Alt Vape, we've done our part. We've raised our ID checking threshold to 35, implemented rigorous age verification, and invested in effective, enforceable solutions. These measures work. A flavor ban will not achieve these goals. It will drive adult smokers back to cigarettes or straight to the illicit market. This isn't just about my business, it's about livelihoods. The students I employ rely on these jobs to pay their tuition, to build their futures. For others, this income supports their families and keeps roofs over their heads. If this ban moves forward, their jobs and their dreams will disappear. Every adult who continues smoking because we've taken away this option is one preventable tragedy. Every small business forced to close under this policy is a blow to our communities, economy, and public health. This isn't the way forward. More regulations that aren't enforced will only hinder those who abide by them. The proposal will serve to suffocate businesses like my own, and the illicit market will pick up where we're cut off. Let's focus on enforcing the strong laws which we already have, to collaborate with responsible stakeholders who are working every day to help keep these products in the hands of adults who need them. Drafting legislation or regulation based on the lowest common denominator leaves no room for innovation or industry. We aren't the problem, we're your solution. Businesses like mine are your frontline allies in the fight against smoking. We're already proving that compliance and success goes hand in hand. Let us continue that work. I hope this government can recognize and enforce the regulations that we already have. Support us. We're on the same team. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Danielle. And we will now hear from Tristan Wall.
Good morning. My name is Tristan Wall, and I'm a business owner in the vaping industry here in Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm 35 years old, and I know firsthand the devastating effects of smoking. My grandfather died of lung cancer at 48 years old, leaving behind my grandmother and their 5 children, including my mother. She grew up without her father's guidance because of an addiction to cigarettes. And despite that loss, she continued smoking for years. I grew up surrounded by smoke. And by 16, I'd fallen into the same cycle of addiction. For me and many of my family members, vaping was a way out. 10 years ago, my husband and I quit smoking together using flavored vaping products. That success story is what drove us to open our business, where today we serve hundreds of adult customers every day, people seeking a safer alternative to cigarettes. Behind policy debates and statistics are real individuals. I employ 17 staff members, parents, spouses, sons and daughters, each contributing to their communities. They earn fair wages, have health benefits, and build their futures by helping others move away from harmful tobacco products. Yet every time new regulations are proposed, it feels like the rug is being pulled out from and under us. The impact isn't abstract, it's immediate and it's personal for them and for the customers who rely on these products to remain smoke-free. As a business owner, navigating this regulatory environment is mentally exhausting. We are heavily taxed, intensely scrutinized, and often shamed, just as we once were for smoking. Now we face stigma for providing a safer solution. We comply with every rule, but as new layers of regulations pile on, legitimate businesses close their doors, leaving the illicit market free to fill the void, without ID checks, without safety measures, and without taxes. Restricting vaping products to only tobacco, mint, or menthol flavors would be devastating. Flavors are essential because they help smokers break away from the taste and harms of traditional tobacco. Removing that variety sets them up to fail, pushing them back towards smoking. We've seen it happen in provinces with flavor bans like Quebec and Nova Scotia, where smoking rates rose again. Is this really what we want? This is not just about my business, but it's about harm reduction, helping people leave behind deadly cigarettes. Canada already has one of the most comprehensive regulatory frameworks for vaping products in the world. But what good is a robust regulatory framework without proper enforcement? We don't need to layer on more rules. We need to effectively enforce the ones we already have in place. By doing so, we maintain access to products that help people quit and stay quit, rather than forcing them back to a habit that kills. Let's build on the progress that we've made, not tear it down. Let's ensure that adults have legal, safe, and effective alternatives to smoking. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tristan. And thank you to all the shop owners who decided to speak with us today. And we're just going to open the floor for questions.
Okay, we have nobody in the room and we have nobody online. So this concludes the press conference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Oh, I prepared all the questions. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very